In 1513, a map was drawn that should not exist. It depicts a continent officially discovered 4 centuries later, not as ice, but as bare land, mountains exposed, coastlines precise. Antarctica without ice. Modern radar would need to penetrate more than a mile of frozen mass to see what this map shows openly. Yet the lines are accurate, the proportions are deliberate. This is not imagination. This is cartography that violates time itself. So the question is no longer who drew the Piri Reis Map. The question is, what did they know that we forgot?
The year is 1513. The world, as Europe understands it, is incomplete. Oceans are filled with monsters. The southern edge of maps dissolves into myth. Piri Reis is not a mystic. He is an Ottoman admiral, a naval intelligence officer, a compiler of data. He works in a brutal age of empires where maps are weapons and knowledge decides who controls the sea. Ports burn for less. On aged parchment, Piri Reis assembles something extraordinary, not from one source, but many. Ancient charts, Portuguese portolans, Arabic sea maps, fragments copied and recopied across generations. He writes that some of his sources are very old, drawn, he says, in the time of Alexander. Others taken from unknown lands seized during conquest. And then there is the anomaly. At the southern edge of the map, beneath South America, appears a vast coastline. No legend, no warning, just land. In the 20th century, when the map is rediscovered in the Topkapi Palace, scholars assume a mistake, a distorted South American extension, a cartographic error, until they overlay it with modern data. The coastline matches Antarctica. Not the Antarctica we see today, but the Antarctica beneath the ice. Mountain ranges align, coastal curvature fits seismic surveys. Even the Queen Maud Land region appears mapped centuries before it was named. This is not medieval fantasy. This is geophysical accuracy. But there is a problem. Antarctica has been ice-covered for at least 6,000 years, officially.
Ancient texts rarely speak in maps. They speak in events. Across civilizations, manuscripts describe a different Earth, one shaped by cycles, not constants. Periods when seas rose and fell, when climates shifted violently, when regions now frozen were once alive. In Near Eastern and Islamic-era manuscripts, there are references to lands at the edges of the known world. Southern expanses described not as eternal ice, but as territories altered by catastrophe. One recurring concept appears again and again. The idea that the Earth undergoes resets, not gradual change, but sudden transformation. In Quranic-era scholarship, preserved through classical tafsir and geographic treatises, there is discussion of climates changing as a consequence of cosmic order. Not metaphor, mechanism. Winds redirected, seas restrained, then released, regions sealed off. These texts do not name Antarctica. They don't need to. They describe a world where knowledge is inherited, then lost, where previous peoples possessed sciences erased by disaster. The key difference is subtle but critical. Where modern history assumes ignorance before progress, ancient scholarship often assumes the opposite, advanced knowledge followed by collapse. If Antarctica was once ice-free, mapped, measured, understood, then the Piri Reis Map is not prophetic, it is archival, a copy of a copy of a memory. And the real mystery shifts. Not how did they map it, but who lived in a world where it could be mapped at all.
The Piri Reis Map sits at the intersection of arrogance and amnesia. Modern science tells us we are the pinnacle. Ancient artifacts suggest we are the survivors. Ice core samples confirm dramatic climate shifts. Satellite radar confirms the hidden geography beneath Antarctica, and a 16th century map confirms someone new. This does not mean a lost super-civilization carved skyscrapers from ice. It means knowledge may not be linear. Civilizations rise, data accumulates, then something happens. Fire, flood, ice. Maps burn, libraries vanish, only fragments remain, misunderstood, mislabeled, ignored. The Piri Reis Map is one of those fragments, not proof of fantasy, but evidence of a forgotten chapter. And if a continent can be erased from memory, what else might have been erased with it? So the final question isn't about Antarctica, it's about us. If the past knew more than we admit, are we discovering history or merely remembering it?